Okay, flipping it upside down. We'll see how this works. I don't think that will work. All right, so today is day 44 of 44 days of transforming grief. 6 years ago, the radio show today was the summary of the 44 days. So there are a couple of things I want to highlight on this summary. One is that taking time for endings. When you have had an experience where you have, really immersed yourself in something, and even at the end of every day, the beginning of every day, having a place where you reflect on what has happened. And so 6 years ago, I took a walk on the beach here in Venice, Santa Monica, in this area, and I really reflected on what that experience had been during the time that I had been hosting the shows. I took time to review every show, think about every guest, feel the impact of how the guests had impacted me and how I had impacted them, and how the experience, the container, was touching all of our lives, your life and my life. It's like the importance of taking time to pause, reflect, feel, and really immerse yourself in this experience. When I left the beach 6 years ago, I saw a license plate and it said, "Near God." And I could really feel the power of that. How when we follow an inspiration, it is breathing in spirit, breathing in God. And today, when I was coming down here to the beach, I saw something on Facebook that Cassandra Herbert had posted. It said, "I heard your prayer. Trust my timing, God." When you have an inspiration, it is about listening and taking incremental steps towards that, and then allowing the universe and spirit to arrange the details, to orchestrate what you are being called to do, to allow yourself to become more of who you are. I found myself at that time, and I also find myself now after 44 days of immersing myself once again in transforming grief, that I'm waiting for my next mission. And there are glimmers of it. There are desires and clues. What I didn't know 6 years ago was that Heal My Voice would be birthed out of this. There would be over 200 women who would write stories transforming grief, loss, trauma, and finding the gems in their experiences that brought out a strength they didn't even know that they had. I didn't know that there would be 10 programs that would be completed with the women and the stories, and that there would be books on Amazon with these rich stories. I didn't know that I would have financial challenges that would give me a variety of experiences, with eviction from an apartment 2 years later, and also feeling the support and learning more about the shared economy, which has opened my eyes and my life to all kinds of experiences. I didn't know that I would live for a year in a community that practiced orgasmic meditation, and that connection with human beings would heal another layer of grief and cultivate more desire. Let's see, there was something else. Oh, I wanted to say that there are glimmers now, and some of the glimmers for me are, I know that I have 6 books to finish, books that have been written in pieces over the last 10 years, and that it's time to bring those into completion, including a screenplay and a novel. So as I tune into that desire, and that there has been one book that was completed in December already, Voices of Love, which is the first book of 22 of the radio shows has been transcribed, and those are in this book. I'm working on the second book, part 2, and those 22 shows will be completed sometime end of January or into February. I'm working on it, and we'll see how quickly it comes together. But I've also been looking at, house and pet sitting and different options in Los Angeles, New York, Baltimore, and feeling into that desire. There's glimmers of that, different ways of doing that, and having space and time to write. And then another desire is to be in relationship. And, what does that look like when I'm living in California one month and then in Europe another month? So these glimmers will come into more form as the universe and spirit rearranges my life around that. So I want to say thank you so much for listening to the different videos. If you go to my personal page or to my official page, Andrea Hylen, that has lots of different topics on it, you can click on photos, and that will take you into selecting videos, and they're all there if you want to listen or watch to any of the other ones. And I'm moving into more conversation around innovation. So that's really the topic for January. Transforming grief to love, and then stepping into this connection on being everyday innovators, coming up with solutions to some of the challenges we have in our lives and in the world, connecting with people. We'll see what emerges from that. Just take a breath, see if there's anything else. That feels complete. Enjoy your day. I'm going to go take a little more walk on the beach. Bye now.